good? It's the 806 show. It's your boy Jiggy. We here.
Yo, that's 806.
Hey, man, you already know what it is. Your boy Melly Melon. This is the best day in sports podcast, period. This is
806 the show.
We got a fantastic show for you guys today. We got the homie with us today. But before we get to him, you know the drill. Time to introduce the co-hosts. But my co-host to the left of me.
Left.
Has some pretty famous friends. TMZ actually caught footage of him partying with Ime Udoka and Doc Rivers at a local strip club.
Oh my God, he's horny motherfucker.
This nigga fucked up the last name.
You Make did some this. Noise for Ari.
Niggas are some cool niggas.
The dangerously horny Celtics coaches.
Dangerously horny Celtics
Great coaches. They were both great coaches.
They both got to the finals.
That's how we're starting.
Imagine really kicking it with these niggas.
They both got to the finals, though.
Legends, low key.
That's some legends. All right. Okay. And my co-host to the right of
the legend.
Caught Pujols' 700th home run ball. And he has some demands. First, an autographed Josh Allen jersey.
I don't even know Josh Allen.
Why would I ask Pujols that?
Right. Whole different sport crossbreeding going on.
Nigga, you asked.
I don't know about CrossFit.
A lifetime supply of barbecue sauce.
St. Louis? I got you. Yeah,
An
that's right.
operational and real lightsaber.
Yes.
And last but not least,
Or?
to get Dalvin Cook's ass locked the fuck up. Oh, shit.
Yo, fuck
Make
you,
some
Dalvin
noise
Cook.
for John Sanchez.
Fuck you, Dalvin Cook. Oh, shit.
Yeah, right.
Fuck ass,
Albert
bro.
Pujols gonna be like, I can't do that. I don't know how to help you, bro.
Why you say fuck me for?
He's like, I don't even know these niggas.
And you heard his voice. This man, our guest, has been terrorizing Black Twitter for nearly a decade. And other than Sanchez, he's the only other person I know that uses the term demigod.
Okay.
Make some noise for Jude, everybody.
Welcome, Jude.
Let's go.
How you doing in this fine evening? I know we had to wait a little bit, but
It's a beautiful hump day. We out here causing ruckus.
all right, let's get to it. All right, so we talked about, Ari's going to the strip club with his boys, and one of his boys is Ime Udoka, and he got himself in a Udoka,
bro.
Udoka.
Stop.
Nigga, you know who I'm talking about,
The
right?
African niggas gonna come for you.
Let him come.
Not even
The
this
Niger
African.
boys.
The Nigerians.
Oh, I don't want to fuck with no Nigerians.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go with Ime from the rest of the
There you
episode.
go.
I fucks with them, though.
Ime got himself in a little bit of trouble.
Little horny.
Unfortunately, he is suspended for the actually indefinitely, honestly, because they said they were going to make a decision after the year
Figure it out
for
later.
having an improper relationship with a Celtics staff member.
Boy is down bad.
Thoughts? I'm just gonna open
That
this
boy
one
was
up.
down bad, man. Listen, man. Rule number one: they make niggas do all them fucking Title IX trainings and shit like that. You ain't supposed to fraternize with people you got authority over. You fucking up, my boy.
Yeah, right.
That's
It wasn't
why.
her. It wasn't her.
But in the whole thing, you're a coach. You have authority on people.
Not over the accounting fucking department.
Yeah, you.
Like,
You're not supposed to fuck anybody at your job,
yeah,
nigga.
but you don't have a
No,
It don't matter
no,
what
no. He has
accounting.
authority because he has the players' support. That gives you authority among certain people. At the end of the
Just
day,
that nigga in the
bruh,
office, like, you
this
walking
is
around.
Boston, nigga. If you've been out in Boston, like I've been out in Boston, you know. Plenty of athletes and coaches and stuff that we know, they get busy in these streets.
Right.
Keep it in the streets, not the office, nigga. This nigga went from the streets to the suites. He fucking up the game, going in there,
But
fucking
he
up
ain't,
the
he
staff
ain't the
members.
only one. You know everybody doing
Everybody's doing it,
You know
but
it,
but
damn,
don't
nigga,
get caught.
you fucked the wrong one.
Wasn't it
bro.
Stephen A and Jalen Rose?
I don't even know that real
Hey.
situation. I'm not even sure what's
Jalen
going
Rose's ex and Stephen A.
Yeah, what's up with
on. Yo,
that?
that's 100%. I watch Stephen A. every day. I'm like, y'all been real flirty the last
Y'all
six
been real
six
close
months
lately.
Always making jokes and shit, but
I don't know. The
The
wordplay.
problem is though with this nigga though, like, all right, you did what you was doing, right? The Celtics knew for months this is how you was getting down. You got caught up. They said around like July or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
And both you and the chick were doing what y'all were doing. Nobody got in trouble then. But then you hit her up and she telling you, yo, chill out, bro, and you still harassing it. That's the fuck up.
Yo.
That's what got him really bad.
Go ahead, Josh. Go ahead.
This is what I heard happen. It was the accountant lady who was helping Nia Long find a house in Boston
Jesus.
after he proposed to Nia Long during the playoffs. And I guess that's around the
They were
champ.
engaged for a long time, though.
No, they've been
Just
dating
got-
for a long
They've
time.
been dating. They just got engaged.
Got engaged right before the finals. I was like, nigga, you could have waited, you know?
It sounds Dominican. Fuck
But,
that.
I guess around the finals is when the shit came out. And that her husband found these two motherfuckers on the ring camera.
Goddamn,
Oh,
you
that
you
ring
should-
camera.
listen,
The ring
everybody-
camera.
I heard
camera
about a private
began you, yo.
investigator, but
No,
the ring camera.
From what I heard,
Damn.
her husband saw it on the ring camera. And then that's why she's probably
stories
was
like
like,
this, we
nah,
don't.
nigga, we
There's
can't
a
do this no
million
more.
different
Oh, right.
var-
And then
he's
variations
like,
of stories.
Nah.
I thought it was
and that's
a
the
regular.
thing. You got to know when to cut your losses, bro. Look, you got a chick like Nia Long, right? And I get it.
She didn't find out till
no,
we did.
No matter what bad bitch it is, a nigga gonna get tired of it eventually. We all know that, right?
Been with her
But
for over a decade.
if you had your little fun, you got your taste, and now you got to know when to, wrap it up, boy. Tuck your towel in, take the little napkin. Know what I mean? You had your taste.
Okay. I'm sorry. Go on.
That's the taste right there. You gotta be ready. That's the taste. Know what I mean? Nigga had a little taste and he ain't know how to cut the buffet off. This nigga went back for seconds.
I'm thinking like it must have been.
None left.
It must have been crazier for a full year to indefinitely. Not even sure when you're gonna bring them back. It's like, what did you
That's
really
that's
do?
the part I didn't get. So what's the point?
The punishment's
What's
way
the,
worse
What's
than-
the point of the suspension?
Because they know there's gonna be some criminal proceedings. I'll tell you that much.
So
Some shit's
Matt
coming
Barnes
up.
knows something
Yeah,
we don't
yeah,
know.
that changed
a
my
bunch of
whole
niggas. Yo, I was
perspective
like,
on it.
what's
That
going
was
on?
the energy that made me realize I was like,
Something-
the Celtics is
something's
only
up.
doing this to cover their ass.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
something else is
But
going
why
to
not?
happen.
But why they just fired the dude right off the bat?
No, you can't do that because then if
Gotta
he
go to the
uses
finals.
it as retaliation, wrongful termination, all that shit, you gotta know the laws
Lawyers,
to the
I
shit.
think fraternization right there is
It depends on the
But you
contract
do
they
it
signed.
and you kept him. That's the issue.
true.
You can't just
You're right.
fire him now because now he's gonna say y'all doing it as retaliation or some shit like that. And that's why I looked at it and I was
Y'all
like,
should have fired me in the
They
finals.
probably didn't
if
think it
we
was
found
that
out.
deep at first, and then realized, like, oh shit, I
yeah,
didn't know
because they didn't
y'all-
get all the details. Because remember, the
No
first
one
story
does.
that broke, they said
Right.
he was just messing around with somebody.
I heard threesomes. I heard a fucking orgy.
You know how the internet be, bro.
Yeah,
Niggas-
first it's this chick.
Yeah.
Nah, it's this chick. Nah, it was this chick.
The internet's
Yeah.
fucked up because they be ruining some people's marriages and shit. You know what I mean, nigga? Y'all be
God.
fucked up.
Everybody
There's
know
some
random
lady
things.
literally just working as a fucking finance officer at the Celtics.
Like, my
got her
husband
name all
hates
over the internet.
My husband hates me. Thinks
My
I
husband,
cheated.
yo.
Yo, Brad Stevens was fed the fuck up. He was
Yeah.
like, yo, the worst part is all the ladies on our staff having to go. I'm like, what y'all think was going to happen? Y'all gave us a partial story and left it for niggas
Not
to fill
even.
the
You let
blanks.
that shit leak.
Right.
Yeah.
You didn't even. You should have came up front press conference. I believe that we shouldn't have known any about any of this shit.
Yeah.
It should have been private. You should just
Private.
suspended it. Violated team rules. Bang.
Bam.
But obviously,
Easy.
Boston is Boston media, and then they love to
What you
fucking-
mean team rules?
Which rule did he break?
And the thing is, once part of it come out, all of it gonna eventually leak. That's why I'm like, even with this, like, this shit ain't over for a long time. Because
Hell
over the
no.
next year, you're still gonna hear little parts about shit that's gonna come out. And I feel like this nigga played himself because Nia Long moved out here 2 weeks ago.
Literally, and they
Finally got the house.
just went to the finals.
You better watch out.
You're going for another run to the finals. You're gonna fuck it up being horny.
Right? Fuck it up by being horny.
Is
A lot of people's lives and careers has been fucked up by being horny, man.
Gotta keep it in your pants.
You gotta keep it. Stop being animals.
I mean,
Especially when money's involved, bro. I tell you this,
You know
much.
what? I think people just forget. Like we deeply really
so
are
when Nick
just
Young said,
mammals. We're just
was it Nick
mammals.
Young said like, yo, sometimes niggas be bored. I'm
Yeah,
like,
he said
bro,
that shit
You're not
today.
helping. Like,
Oh, yeah, he's the worst nigga for
Well,
this.
he
to
did
this
it too.
shit.
like, you ever see it? Anytime I hear these little quotes, and I'm like, why are they interviewing this nigga?
You
That's
know
always my
why.
first thought.
You know why.
are they-
But now
Swaggy
it's not
P.
even
It's
It's
interviews.
just like, yo, Lamar Odom says he's upset about Chloe. I'm like, who is asking Lamar Odom questions? Nigga? Who is pulling up on Lamar Odom and asking this nigga
I
anything
would never
about
ask that
Nah.
nigga questions.
Yeah,
Never.
well, obviously not. He's
What,
crackhead.
what
But,
good information could this nigga give you?
The thing is, nowadays, you don't need to get asked. These go on live, they go on their story, they go on their own podcast they just made up.
Say whatever.
This is my opinion on some
Right?
shit that got nothing to do with me.
Kwame Brown.
LeVar Odom just said this shit.
Remember that whole month about
Fucking
Kwame
TMZ.
Brown?
Kwame Brown.
Kwame Brown, yo, that nigga went on that nigga went on a he had a hate month.
He still dropped some shit recently,
Oh,
bro.
did he?
Did he? I
Yeah,
forgot
'cause
about Kwame until right now.
I mean, it was a sensitive topic, so we going. I mean, but yeah, Kwame still out here wilding.
Kwame Wildin.
Kwame is wilding. All right, you think is Ime coach his last game for the Celtics?
More than likely.
Yes.
I think there's more chance that he's gonna resign than it is that him getting fired though.
He said he wasn't going to resign.
No, this is that now.
Probably
Yo,
should.
here's a long
He's saying
time.
that now. Listen, I tell you this much. As a real nigga, if I ever got caught like that and you gonna be unemployed for a year, it's gonna be the worst time to be at home with your wife. I swear to God, every day she waking up looking at your ass like,
If even in the same house.
He ain't even making money no
she
more.
ain't letting him go out.
You ain't going nowhere.
You
ain't
ain't
even
going
making
out.
money.
You have to stay home at that point because you already on. I mean, dog shit. Like straight up, she looking at
That
that,
nigga's
nigga
Mr.
like,
Clean with an apron on, nigga, cleaning the fucking floors.
he ever try to act
Right.
like, yeah, babe, I'm gonna go out real quick. She just gonna look at him. You gonna go out to do what? Fuck another one of your coworkers? I need to go to the office to grab. You need to go to the office to grab some ass, huh? You know
right.
Nia. You be seeing it from Friday. She gonna bring that girl right back.
Right?
You gonna be Lisa all over again, nigga.
Oh my God.
Facts.
Shout out Lisa.
Shout out
Shout out
fucking
Lisa.
Lisa.
In her prime, I tell you, boy.
I love it.
Go ahead, no.
Oh my lord.
Short hair, right?
There's not a lot of women in the world that can pull that off, man.
That pixie.
Perfect.
God bless.
Shout out.
Shout out Nia Long.
God bless you. I hope everything,
I hope everything works
works out,
right?
goes well.
Ooh,
Hope you find happiness
I want less stress in your life.
in any way you can find it. So if the Celtics will never have Ime back, and it's this motherfucking assistant, I don't even know his name. I don't care.
Honestly, I'm
How affected do you think the Celtics will be? Like, how you really is? Are they just, is this that big of a difference now that he's gone?
I think it makes a huge difference in leadership, but like I feel like Marcus Smart gonna make it happen.
You see, and that's what I don't want to hear. Because the first thing I said when he got fired,
honestly, that's not the
and I
name I
told
wanted to
niggas, I
hear.
said, "Yo, Marcus Smart's about to run wild." Ime would have to tell this nigga, "Go sit your ass down, bro."
Marcus Smart gonna
Take
think
five.
he's coach.
Like,
Relax, bro. Relax.
because this nigga be forgetting he a role player. He want to be the star. He want the Sports Center highlights.
'Cause he's a leader,
And
too,
No,
like-
he's not. He's really not. He
Yes.
just tries to be
you
too
could be
much.
a leader and not be good. Honestly.
Right? He likes being the nigga in the front. That's the problem. It's not
Yes.
that he's a leader. He likes being the nigga in the front.
I'll be
and
the
that's
one
the
that
problem.
goes to the door first.
Yeah,
I got
and it's
you.
like, bruh.
But you can't always do that.
Yeah, because it fucks up the rhythm for everybody else. And I think that's where they're really going to miss Ime is because he's not going to be able to keep the team like organized, especially when you talk about if they make it to playoffs, you're going to really see where they miss him. Because he did a lot of good game time adjustments.
Yeah.
Now these assistant niggas, they ain't built like
Under
that.
pop.
They gotta keep that nigga on a
Learn on the
FaceTime
pop.
or something.
Yeah,
Low key.
Go to the locker room and
on the-
Yo,
FaceTime
legit,
that boy.
the fucking thing.
So you
like
watching the
Secret
game?
Agent
You
shit.
watching the game?
Bad.
Just say, what do you think? What do you think? What should I do?
What's happening? Yo, fucking block the guy in the
And
bottom
then,
left.
and then that scandal comes out. Celtics has violated.
Yeah, right.
They take like fucking 3 years first round picks and shit from us.
Celtic gate.
Celtics game.
Cheating.
Celtics gate. There's like,
They been
another Boston
They been in
cheater.
connection with Ime
Your
the whole
gate.
year.
you make it.
Making moves.
Ime gate.
Don't run this play. I just sent it to you. Check it. Yeah, check it. It's on your phone. It's on your emails.
That's fucking crazy.
Check your emails.
I don't know. I think they at least. I think they're a playoff team at least. At the very
Yeah,
least.
100%.
Even with Ime there, I wasn't thinking they were going back to the finals regardless. So
What?
That's
Bro.
bold to say. They just came from there.
I don't want to say finals.
I
They
think
go
they'll
to Eastern Conference Finals, definitely.
Yeah, I'm like,
That's what I thought they would be.
if they just came from there, it's hard to say you don't think they could make it back, bro.
Sure I
That's
can.
wild.
There's a lot of teams that never go back.
yeah, sure I can. I think Brooklyn's a better team. I think
The
Why
team they
Why
swept.
do you
Come
always
on.
say that?
nigga, they didn't. Yo,
The team they swept.
yes, as
You
crazy
that's
as enough
wild
as
to
it
say,
does sound
bro.
wow, but I really do believe Brooklyn's a better team than the Celtics.
Just because you have the best players doesn't mean you're a better team.
Yeah, you're saying team.
This-
That's what I
this
feel
year.
like you're forgetting.
This year, last year was crazy. Kyrie going back and forth.
They still got
And you
no.
think Ben Simmons made them a better
think-
team?
Yeah,
They did, actually,
Honestly,
absolutely.
defensively,
No,
they-
y'all are about to see. Because the problem
Absolutely
with
better
Ben
team.
Simmons is he's a talent, but when that crowd
Hey.
turns on him, we've seen what happens.
This is a team that you don't need to do nothing but run,
Yo,
pass,
it
and
does
get rebounds.
fast,
And
bro.
New York,
It don't
New
even
York might
matter.
be worse than Philly with the
They
fans.
need
I
the
tell you
other
that.
pieces. They need they got those three, but they need to fill in everything else. They don't have anything else. They're going to be the worst defense again. They're going to, well, not again because they got Ben Simmons. But
Right, who's playing center for them? Thank you.
That's it.
Niggas were saying that they were soft last year. Like
They were soft.
soft. You could just go right into their chest. Real soft team.
Yep, they were.
I mean, let's be real. KD, as nice as he is, he ain't strong like that.
Yeah.
16 years, still not strong.
KD and Kyrie can each drop 40 a game, and they still going to be trash.
That's the problem.
I put Brooklyn last year. I'm picking them motherfuckers again.
Why?
I don't know.
Kevin Durant, and Kyrie, right?
The rest of the Eastern Conference
Clearly,
has gone better.
They have
And
problems in the front
That's why it's
office.
going to be harder for them. That's why I don't see them coming
Sixers
back.
is looking crazy.
They don't even respect
They're
their
my
coach.
dark horse for this year. That I think they might be the ones.
Sixers?
Sixers might
like
really.
Look at the Heat.
James
They're
Harden's
still
looking
always
real
there.
healthy.
James
and
Harden
ready.
dropped 100 pounds.
Yeah, apparently. That's
I was like, nigga.
100 pounds is a lot. I looked it up. He was listed at 220.
No, he's clearly.
No, he's more than that.
He's exaggerating.
He didn't lose that much weight.
That's a joke.
No,
That'd be nuts.
That's definitely a joke.
the way he says it, it's kind of hard to tell if he's joking.
No,
No, he's
It's
joking.
definitely
They asked him
joking.
so much about his weight, like it's an issue.
Yeah,
Because he
Why
got
late.
fat as fuck last time, and they kept making that huge
I don't even
deal.
know if he
I was
got-
fat as fuck,
he
but
never
he got
did get,
thick.
I thought he got like photoshopped. That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
some of the
internet be-
pictures
I just
was
saw
fine.
him on
Internet
TV.
be
He
scary.
looked skinnier
Internet
than
be
that.
scary.
All right. So every time we have a guest on and I know what team you root for, we ask you about them. Lakers comes up a lot because a lot of you niggas like the Lakers.
Since when though?
Since Magic.
1964.
Okay,
Since
I
Magic.
respect it.
I'm grandfathered in.
No, there's a lot of people that come on here and I'm thinking like,
Irvin,
yeah, there's
Magic
a lot of
Johnson.
Lakers fans.
You mean the
But
LeBron fans? That's who you be
That's
seeing.
what it is. That's what
There's
it
a
is.
lot of
Nah,
niggas that
there
threw
was-
that flag on once LeBron came to the
No,
game.
but there was always Lakers fans are like the Cowboys, like the Yankees, like
Nah.
I stopped being
no,
a
like
Lakers
a lot
fan
of
when
people
Kobe
outside
left.
of where they lit, where the town is, enjoy that team. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Like you know what I mean? It's just a popular team.
what,
So
Nick
like I
Lanier?
had mad friends who were Lakers fans even before LeBron. LeBron has just been there.
I
the
like
last
the
few years.
Lakers up until Kobe left. And then once then, it's like, I tried to. When LeBron came, I tried to. And I was like, this ain't the same.
I mean, it's still gang for me for life. So
They won
right.
it is what it is.
All right. Dude, what do you see for your squad? Are y'all having a better season than last year?
Yeah, definitely. I hope so.
Absolutely.
I absolutely see a better season than last year. I think the focus is, on AD staying healthy.
100%.
Russ is going to split his minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like it or not, Pat Bev is a dog.
Yeah.
I like Pat Bev for a
That's
little
going to change
bit.
the whole
I
energy.
I like that for them.
Schroeder, too, off the bench.
Yeah. And it's just like, we got Schroeder back for the low. I mean, he played himself, could have had
my
84
God.
mil. But you know what it is? We take discounts. So, so straight up, thank you for your sacrifice.
Right, facts.
Other than that,
Christ.
it's just like, LeBron's going to do his thing. Year 20, he, whether or not I like his game or whatever it is, he's still LeBron. And,
I think
the worst version of LeBron is better than a lot of best
I think it
players.
was like where you get to see.
True.
You're gonna get to see LeBron James beat the all-time record in a Lakers uniform.
Absolutely.
That don't mean
it
nothing.
don't mean nothing to me because guess what? I've already seen a GOAT do it in a Lakers uniform. You're talking to a guy that's, right? Kareem, who did it, only shot 1 3 his entire career. That's different. That is different. Imagine getting that much scoring by not shooting threes. It ain't going to matter.
Well,
'Cause
LeBron
guess
right
what?
now has
It's
less
more than
shots
likely in a
total.
few years, Steph Curry's going to break that.
No,
The shoot-
not even.
It might happen.
No.
But my whole thing was like,
The level of shooters we have now.
somebody worse than
Specifically can't do
LeBron,
it.
somebody worse than Kareem is going to pass them. And that's because of the inflation of basketball.
Yeah.
Scoring in general.
Scoring is a lot more.
I don't think so.
Not how it works.
How not?
You'll see.
Because
Because it's that many fucking points. It's 34,000 fucking
Right, but
points.
back in the day, if you was dropping 19 a game, you was an all-star.
Yeah.
Now you got to drop almost near 30.
All right, that's fine. You could drop 30. Now do it fucking for 20 seasons.
yeah,
Right.
That's the difference. Not a lot of niggas can do that shit. Actually,
All right.
there's only a few niggas that
What
can do that
year-
shit.
Still
Well, yeah,
inflation in
yeah.
points.
Curry, 16, 7, no, 15, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of threes is going to get hit. That's all
Bro,
I'm
he's
going to say.
KD
He's
is
in-
in
he's in
year
it.
16,
He's 34,
and he's
35.
nowhere near
No,
anywhere.
KD, I'm not
near.
worried about with that. KD's scoring is...
Weirdly enough, Trey Young's on pace.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's
There are-
not.
Hey, even if he is, he has to sustain that for about fucking 13 to 14 more
Right.
years, nigga. That's not easy.
It's
So,
not
like,
easy,
it's not-
but it's not
I don't want-
impossible
like, you're
with
making
the
it
scoring
sound
that
like
we
the
have.
all-time
I agree with
leading-
Ariel on that. It's not impossible with the level of scoring we
Yo.
have nowadays. Look at Luka,
gonna-
players like that.
This is going to score more
All-time
and more.
scoring lead points is a big record.
It's going to be
Like,
someone
that's-
else.
That's huge. But
there's
y'all
gonna
making
be
it seem like, any nigga can pass that shit in a few
But like,
years.
think about 20 years from now, 10 years from now.
If there's a nigga as good as LeBron and Kareem and them niggas, then yeah.
They're not going to.
They're not going to be better
It's
than
gonna be
them,
someone
but
that's-
it's just going to be possible
They're going to be
because of how
dropping.
the game plays.
The games will be 180 to 175.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. All-Star game numbers go up. Game numbers overall average over 100
All-Star
now.
games go up because no one's playing defense on for a reason.
But even then, it's all the stuff that keeps going up.
There's
is
going
what
to be
I'm
someone
saying.
else with longevity.
Yeah.
I think so.
At the end of the day, LeBron doing his 25 points towards his career is still going to be as impressive as it's ever going to be. I think that's where he needs to get his credit. But him breaking the record isn't impressive as much to me, like I said, because of the fact that Kareem did that shit and he's only made 1 3 in his entire career. You know how many moves
But he's
you have
also
to have?
shot a lot.
And he played
more
against a
fucking
lot
points.
of dudes that were good. Like,
Right.
the same thing. The level of competition he had to play against. Like, you got to keep that in mind, you know? Like, Hakeem, you got...
Not a big man, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like he was the only big man in the league. Like, he did that shit against a lot of people that could really ball, too. Like, people that have other records, like Bill Russell, a bunch of them. So when you look at it and you're like, okay, you know, I give LeBron his props for the longevity of 25 points a game. When you're talking about him breaking some of the records he's broken, some of them are up.
I mean, some of them are just like
Like, he has the
They
most
are-
turnovers.
they
He
are-
has the most turnovers in NBA
Yeah.
history, right? Like, that's a record.
that's a
But
longevity. There's a
that's
bunch of
part of-
longevity records.
that's part
but
of
I don't
the
think
longevity of
all-time leading
play.
scorer is just because he's played like you got him, nigga. You got to score 26, 27 points a game for 20 straight. That's not not a lot of niggas has done
There's
that
been
shit.
a lot of people who's played 20 seasons,
In Greek,
and they're not even close to being in the top 10.
But that's the difference, right, between them and LeBron. And that's why people criticize him sometimes and they say he stat pads, right? LeBron will play all the minutes. Look at how the amount of minutes it took him to do this.
Yeah, but a lot of those teams he had to.
Can Giannis do it, you think?
No, he can't. His first like 3 or 4 years
Oh,
ruined
yeah,
it.
you know what I mean? That,
Yeah,
you got to come
I
off
don't
the
know
bat.
about that,
Like,
yeah.
That's why I said Trey Young, because when he started, it was boom.
You have to get
Almost
like
30
25
games.
at
Like,
least.
Against the
right off the
stages.
bat.
All right, back to the Lakers. Westbrook. Does he finish on the Lakers end of the season?
Like, do we keep him?
Yeah.
More than likely, yeah.
I think so. If we
At
had,
this point, like, no one's eating that bread, bro. 40,000, 40 million a year.
Nobody wants
like,
that.
Nobody really wants that at the expense that it comes with, because then it's like, what are you really getting in return for it?
and I think they can still
Older
make
player.
use out of him. Like you can still use him.
Yeah, listen, like there's no hiding it. He had a horrible season last year.
He had 19 and 7. That's
But
not like
he
as
wasn't-
horrible as
19-7
people-
He
and
wasn't
7.
the reason the Lakers were horrible last
Thank
season.
you. Everyone else
But
was
everybody blamed, and AD being hurt. So he can have a good season. The only thing is, like, bro, like, you got to kind of.
Yeah, he fails the eye test, and that's why a lot of people blame him, right?
And he got some
guess
bad
what?
shots,
Yeah,
you know
he
what I
was
mean?
throwing shots out here on top of the
Lot of
backboard. He's
turnovers.
having some turnover. So the eye test will tell you, hey, this guy's playing really bad. But in reality, when you look at his efficiency, he played the most games out of our whole team.
We expect
You know?
him to be the old Russ,
Yeah,
dropping
he
fucking
gave us-
20, 20 or whatever.
Yeah,
After
that's
the-
the problem.
after that knee
He's
injury,
put
it's
himself
over.
at such a caliber,
Yeah,
and people
yeah.
don't realize, right? If it was that easy to go out and average a triple-double multiple seasons, it would have been done by other players.
Hey, people
What he's done is really, really
You
hard.
understand how crazy, like social media is that we're clowning on some nigga who fucking averaged a triple-double 3 seasons in a row?
imagine-
Almost 5.
It's fucking
Oh,
nuts.
imagine if
was
they had
crazy.
it back then. Who would be the niggas getting clowned like that?
Oh, nigga, the
Probably
media
like
was bad on Jordan, nigga. The media was
Oscar
horrible.
Robertson averaged
true.
a bunch of triple. He averaged a season, and
Yeah.
and people
Thing is,
used to.
he
They
had
don't
10
mention
seasons.
him about a lot of things,
Oscar Robertson had 10 seasons straight that it was like 1 point off from the triple doubles in one category.
Real quick, right back to Lakers. Last point. New coach.
I fuck with him.
I fuck with him too.
a good
Ham
coach.
he a real dude. He's played the game. I like
That's
the fact
boring.
that he's a dude that was out there, like really in the nitty gritty level of it. Like today, he had Ben Wallace out there with him.
Seen that. That's a
and
good
Fisher,
shit.
they pulled up. So it's
Love
like
Ben Wallace.
getting that like grittiness of like other players that you know.
I think one of the biggest mistakes the front office of the Lakers did is letting Jason.
Absolutely.
Like
I
you
mean,
had your
that's
head
what I
coach
said.
right there.
One of the issues that the Lakers did. We had Jason Kidd as an assistant coach, and
Get him right
I
there.
would have gladly promoted him because I was one of the people. I was really happy for the Bucks when they had him as a coach, and I said, "Yo,
true.
if they use that right, he
Hey,
could have gotten
Giannis
them."
throws a lot to Jason Kidd.
Does it every time.
Lot.
People don't realize that Jason Kidd was there doing a lot for them. You
One
know,
of the smartest minds in the game.
bro, he's one of my favorite players, especially when you look at point guards and knowing how to do multiple things. Like he always understood. Like
He was getting triple doubles back then.
he was
nothing.
another one too that
I mean,
people forget.
I would always
Grant
be
Hill.
like in that era. It's just like how's he getting that
Right.
much rebounds?
That's the thing.
That's
well, he's like
you know.
6'5". Remember that. He's a big guard.
He is, but like,
And he doesn't care. He's going right to the basket.
Yeah,
Facts.
he played hard, man.
That boy, shit. Absolutely. All right. Moving on to the NFL. Pats are not looking so well, man.
Dun, dun.
Pats is looking slow. It's looking real slow.
right?
Listen, man, Mac Jones needs to figure out what he's doing with those long passes because he's putting up there like 50-50s. I'm going to tell you that much.
Yeah, right.
If I'm a
He's
cornerback
hurt now,
and
right?
he's throwing towards me, I'm going to be happy.
It seems
as
like
hell.
it looks like multiple weeks he's going to be out
Yep.
with the severe high
They said
ankle
he got
sprain.
better day to day. That's what Bill said today. That is day to day, and he said the same thing. So right now he ain't been counted out yet, but I think overall, like when you look at the system and the way he's playing, he's having a sophomore slump, bro. He's having a sophomore slump because people can get mad all they want about the offensive coordinator shit or whatever Bill's doing. People blame the wrong people. At the end of the day, Mac's the one that has to go out
throw
there
the
and
ball,
play the
man.
game. And you see how the games are going. He'll have a drive where he'll move the ball all the way down to the red zone and then do some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Throwing an interception.
That boy needs some pieces. I feel like he's just throwing out here to fucking.
He got pieces. He's
Aguilar.
But he's throwing. the other thing too that I think is crazy is that now, like I think Bill's gotten a little softer on the players because we're seeing a lot of linemen getting penalties, fumbles, things that we know that ain't the Patriot way, bro.
For sure.
Absolutely not.
That's the issue with this team right now. Is like between that stuff, we're not playing how we're used to be playing, and Bill is just kind of letting some of it ride. It feels like
Talent's not there. It's that simple. Like with
our defense is performing like one of the top ones in the NFL.
true.
We
Like,
have
they've been-
receivers for once. It's just like the fumbles and the mistakes.
Parker went off last game.
Yeah, like think about it. We have Devontae Parker, like Aguilar, if he can keep the ball.
Myers.
Myers is doing his thing. Kendrick Bourne, that's my guy. He's playing. He should be getting fed a lot. The problem is Matt gets in the habit of, if I make a pass to Devontae Parker, I'm going right back to him because I want to keep. A defense can read that. They're reading your eyes. You're already staring him down before the ball is snapped. And that's why he's throwing the ducks and the picks that he's doing. Because at this point, I don't know what happened to his ball handling, but it don't zip like it used to anymore. A lot of it is floating.
do you think they can survive him being out a few weeks?
No, I don't even know his backup.
Even with him on.
Ryan Hoyer.
Hoyer,
0-11 in the last 11
my
starts.
goodness.
I think, can we survive? Yes, but it ain't going to look pretty, I'll tell you that.
No. Just could you like
We're going to have to run the
when
ball
he
a
comes
lot.
when Jones comes back, will we still be in playoff contention?
No.
How many games is he out? That's number one.
And
I'm
right now
sorry,
it's
but
saying
even with
multiple
him on
games.
the goddamn
If he's
field,
down
I
under
don't feel
4,
like
if it's under 4 games, we can still stay in playoffs. Over 4, we're not.
I don't
Here's
think
the problem
he's
with the
that great.
Pats. You got to play the Bills twice. You got to play Miami again. You know what I mean? That's right there. Those are tough games. And we're not even talking about the rest of the schedule.
Like, I could see us being a wild card team and
play
making
them.
it. That's why I'm saying that. Like, if it's under 4, I could still see us, like, making a wild card.
Kinda.
But they're taking L's, too. Think about it. The teams that are winning this season aren't the teams that were winning last season. So
It's been real different.
Yeah, you got
tell me about it. I lost all my money.
the Dolphins undefeated, right? Like, Ravens lost a game that they could have won. Like, so a lot of teams have L's on their record that aren't looking the way that you would think, right? Bengals have L's on their record that you thought they would.
Haven't
But
won,
we've beaten,
haven't
like,
they?
Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
we have kind of, like, a situation where I think we can squeeze in as a wild card, and that may help us out. But at the end of the day, I think the tough thing is just kind of, like, how long is he going to be out?
I hear that, and I feel like you put so much faith into Mac Jones, and I really don't have that.
I didn't say I have that. I
I
told
know.
you.
I'm saying if you're saying like, if he only missed 4 games, we're good. I'm saying if he missed no games, I don't think we're going to be that great.
I thought they were going to be a trash team with him there full season, even if he performed well.
See, and that's where I don't believe, because the way he's been able to drive the ball down the field, he just has to not make mistakes. Because it's not like we're not like if I was watching the games and we weren't able to make passes or he wasn't getting some pocket, I'd be like, nah, we're gonna be ass. But he's been able
I
to
think
get
you gotta
yards,
forget,
bro.
like nigga, we got.
He's been able to get
Belichick
yards.
is still Belichick, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta give him. Belichick alone is a few wins just himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They'll make
So, like,
adjustments.
That's what I'm saying. And like I said, the problem is he just has to limit the mistakes. Because the things that he is doing right, he's doing very right. You know? It's just, you're doing right. And the next thing you know, he takes a chance throw. And bam, now we have a turnover. Each game, he has an interception now. You know what I'm saying?
Did he have 3 the other day?
might be a little sophomore slump.
That's what I'm saying. He's
might
having
be-
a sophomore slump, and he needs to figure
And
out
now the
the
injury
long
doesn't
ball
help.
is what he needs to really get down. Because if you keep doing that, and that's where you're getting picked off, no more. Just stick to the little 10 shallow routes. And you know what? 10 yards at a time, we're going to get to that end zone.
I do it Madden.
You guys not think it's because of the offensive coordinator, though?
I think they're blowing that story up way too
Having
long.
him in your ear the whole game?
No, I
Tell you
I
like,
think,
yo,
Man, like,
and
no.
someone back there calling the plays that actually knows that, yo, this shit ain't gonna work this play.
Nah,
Don't do that,
I
don't
ain't
do that,
buying
don't do
into
that.
that because at the end of the day, once that ball gets snapped, you the one that got to go out there and play the game. They're giving you the best play that they think is possible. The problem is it's the ball placement that's killing him because it's not like the play isn't running. Like if you look at even like week 1, right, the pass he threw to Devontae Parker that got picked, it was short. It wasn't because Devontae Parker had the guy beat. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the play was right because look at that. The receiver is where he's supposed to be. But where did you put the ball? Short. The other one in the end zone last week, same thing. He's running to the corner. Bruh, outside shoulder. That's where you're supposed to throw that. Instead, he throws a 50-50
That's
ball.
also a young quarterback learning.
That's what I'm saying.
and
He's
it's
still young, and we forgot that because last year, in the young quarterbacks, he did the best out of his. But he's still
going from the young quarterbacks to an old motherfucking quarterback. Here at 806, we talk about all sports topics. I know ESPN don't want to cover the Brett Favre situation. We for damn sure going to talk about.
Why don't they cover that?
Why do you think they don't cover that shit?
I mean,
Come on, man.
pale people love their own.
Absolutely. Brett Favre stole millions of dollars from poor people.
Facts.
And no one gives a fuck.
Right. From the state of Mississippi, the poorest state in the United States.
Hey man, his daughter wanted a new gym.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened.
He better
He's
get
still
ready to
funding.
be in there. He gonna be with Henry Ruggs in penitentiary. They gonna do the longest yard.
I hope
and shit.
so.
Playing quarterback.
I hope so. I hope that this motherfucker don't try to, finagle his way out of this. Because we haven't heard shit.
No.
We don't know what's going on because no
The
one talks
accomplice
about
guy already got pled guilty. So at this point, I need them to stop
it.
pussyfooting.
I don't
with shit.
understand why people keep texting their crimes. Like, stop. I don't get that. In the text, he literally says no one can ever find this out, right? And bro, you're literally giving the cops a script, right? When you're texting, it's right here, right
It's
there.
the era that we live in. It's the easiest time to be a detective, bro.
Oh my God, these niggas are
Also,
easy.
remember, it's an old white man who does not get the technology.
True.
He probably thought it was like old school Snapchat.
It's got deleted. It's gone. Yeah.
Right.
This ain't
I
the time
hope
we
they
live in.
lock this motherfucker up. And ESPN and all these other global fucking news stations should be ashamed of themselves. Because Michael Vick was dealing with his dogs and shit. That shit was on every fucking channel.
Right, and it wasn't even him. It was his cousin. And
Exactly.
They dogged
Every
him out.
fucking channel.
What I will say is Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless have talked about this.
Yeah.
I was like, thank you.
They
Someone
kept it
did-
real,
yeah.
but it's
I
just
watch
like,
First Take every week, every day. I haven't heard shit.
ESPN.
yeah.
I haven't
A
heard
little
shit.
That's the thing. It's not
Only
not,
Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose has brought it up with what's the dude guy's name? The other Jalen, his co-host.
Jalen. Wait,
Jacoby.
Yeah,
the
like
white boy.
another Jalen.
But that's the thing. It's like you're saying, right? Like we all know how the game work. When it's one of their own, they ain't gonna have the same energy for it. They're trying to divert. They'll talk about
Look how they
anything
treat
else.
Aaron Rodgers. His whole fucking career.
Yo, this nigga is
away with
admitting to
everything.
taking drugs and shit.
I'm on
And then-
perks all last season.
You can't do that.
And Stephen A. the Batman. The Batman's on Percocets.
Yeah.
Right.
Shouldn't that be illegal?
He should get-
Should you get fined for that or
You
something?
get drugged a couple times through the season, but if they think you're not the type to like fail,
Niggas taking
they won't
holistic
drug you that
everything.
many times. Like Ricky Williams was every fucking 3 days.
Ricky Williams is hard. For niggas that smoke weed, it's hard because you got to get that shit out your system in a month. If you do anything else, it's like
Look how they
48
had
hours.
Josh
Less than a
Gordon
week.
for seasons, bro.
Josh Gordon.
Josh Gordon. You know, he's so good that he's back. He's back in the lineup.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I told niggas, hey, that's my Haitian
in
brother, bro.
Tennessee.
Niggas don't realize all them blunts he was still smoking with a fucking compromised lung. He was still torching and had one of the best seasons he ever seen.
He was torturing
So
niggas.
imagine if that nigga wasn't.
They try to like rule him out, and then all of a sudden he pops up on Tennessee again. It's like,
That's why I wish Tom had him.
yeah,
The peak Josh Gordon.
Yeah, right.
Was great.
Even that season, that's why Tom left, bro. Think about it. Right? He was taking pay cuts, and we kept on removing every receiver that he had, bro.
I would have left too.
Hell yeah. At that point, it's like, bro,
Y'all don't respect me.
I'm taking less money, and you're taking away my talent. Why? Because I won a Super Bowl with a lacrosse player and a QB? Like, so you want to keep it hard for me. That's what you telling me. Like, I'm 40-something years old. Make my life easier.
36.
Right.
Making shit difficult.
That's
all this
crazy.
shit.
They was wilding on him. I'm like, Bill and them boys was on some shit for that. Like, I ain't never
saying.
gonna forgive Kraft for that. Like, to this day, I still root for Tom Brady. I will
course,
watch
of
a
course.
Patriots game and then go watch a Buccaneers game. 'cause
Absolutely.
The GOAT is the GOAT.
Go ahead,
All
Brady.
right.
I hope all your situations get fixed. I know it's just a little tough right now at home, but
Big goat. He
I'm
looks
sure-
real unhappy.
looks like
Unhealthy.
It's tough.
It makes me sad.
Yeah, it does.
should.
It does.
Say, I want to see you smiling, Tom. Like
damn
you
it.
just, like with the
Nigga,
parade.
you need to
remember the
take
parade?
care of your family.
Him drunk at the parade. I want to see that
I
Tom.
love-
Yo, that was my favorite.
Right now
the
he's
best.
on edge right now.
And I've seen highlights,
Nigga about to
whatever,
lose half, nigga,
of,
you better chill.
of 6 of his championships. That man was just, that's it. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Yeah.
7, this
that's
nigga's fucking
it.
turning
7. Fucked up, throwing the trophy and
Right.
another thing. Like, having a
different.
great
He's in
time.
Tampa
Like, he looks
now.
actually
Getting
happy.
carried, bro.
yeah.
He's actually happy. I loved it. I love watching him happy.
So, the NFL announced the halftime performer for the Super Bowl, the lovely Rihanna.
Yes.
Riri.
Hey,
Oh,
I need
sure-
that album before that. That's all I'm gonna say.
That ain't
Okay.
happening.
I've been seeing a lot of TMZ
Yeah.
pics of her going to a studio.
ASAP got it working. You know how it is.
I hope so. I don't know. I don't
mean,
know. I
he
don't know
trying
where
to
the
be a
baby
single
is.
mom.
I don't know. Yeah,
You gotta
facts.
get.
Well, I gotta work. You worth $1 billion.
You a
What the fuck am
billionaire,
I
baby. You
doing?
better get back out there. Keep that money.
Have you seen that meme? It's like, yo, baby's so expensive. Rihanna had to go back to work.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's the economy we live in, all right? So if they're going to have a football game during Rihanna's concert, I need to make sure there's an album for me to hear.
Facts. I shit. Something.
So what
I had a
happened
couple
to,
songs or something.
what happened to the Taylor Swift supposed to be?
Hey,
I
thank
think.
God.
Thank God.
Hey, I would have been Kanye myself. Y'all would have seen me on TV
Oh, my
walking
God.
up
Yeah,
there.
this is cool
Hey,
and all.
This is cool and all. But I'm going to tell you.
should be.
Rihanna should be here. She should be performing.
Yeah.
Speaking of people that should be performing, thank you for the segue. Came up with a little game. A top 3. It's my favorites. Y'all laughing at me.
Wasn't that?
No, not you. Go on.
So we are going to pick.
Segue.
Like,
No, because I went like this when he said segue.
fucking dumb. I want y'all to name 3 artists or bands that you want to see perform the Super Bowl. And the only catch is they can never perform before. So no Beyonce,
And they got to be alive?
no Michael Jackson. They got to be alive.
I bet.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah. So I'm going to start because I don't want anybody to ruin mine. First, I think this one's kind of obvious. It might be on other people's list. It's the guy Hove.
Hove performing?
Hove performing, but
Hove
not only
did.
Hove performing. I want Hove with a Rockefeller reunion
Oh shit for the Super Bowl?
for the Super Bowl. I know. Listen, I thought
Beanie?
I thought that does sound black as shit. I get it.
I
But
gonna
we
bring
just had
Beanie?
fucking these niggas crip walking in the last
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
I love
so
it, baby.
everything,
On the set.
at this point, everything's fair. Everything's fair game. So I want to see Hove
Coming upside down.
with Dipset, a little Ye,
Oh shit.
you know, a little shit, even Lil Rihanna, in there.
Beanie Siegel.
Beanie
That's what I'm
Siegel,
saying. Beanie Siegel.
It's the Rock.
all of them.
And I got what it takes to.
And I want to, and Dame Dash with some Ciroc bottles.
Yo, Dame Dash.
Or not Ciroc bottles.
Ciroc.
So cool.
Ciroc.
Ace of Spades.
Ace of Spades.
Yeah.
Yo, I had Ace of Spades for the first time last weekend.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why y'all
always
paid.
overrated.
I'm a Moet man for life.
it was always cheap. Just that it looked
bottom.
pretty.
All right.
Yeah, gold bottles. Niggas like that
Yeah.
shit.
I've had
I like
expensive
gold.
steaks that weren't hitting.
Yeah, I went to Moo. Never again.
Ooh.
In Boston. Expensive ass place. Expensive ass steak. But
tired.
guess what? Mid.
Yeah.
Shit was Reginald.
How, wait, hold on, hold on,
man,
hold on.
that's the worst, right?
How did you eat your steak? How did you cook it?
Do I look uncivilized to you?
Answer my question, please.
Medium rare.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's it.
The chef's
That's it.
specialty.
Chef special.
Because if you told me I went to this fucking great steakhouse,
Listen, brother.
mad money,
Let me tell
and I
you
got
this.
it well done, like, nigga, that's why it
Not
sucks.
in my life. We went to Vegas, me and some of my boys, and we went to Bazaar Meats in Vegas, all right? So it's at the SLS. Chef Jose Andres came out.
That's
Bruh,
me.
Jose Andres.
That's me.
That's you. That's Josh.
One
$400 steak. I'm telling you.
with gold flakes in it.
Cooked the best steak I've ever had to this day. But it was, but you got
If
everything.
it's $400,
worth.
I'm gonna let the chefs cook however the fuck they want.
If it's an expensive place like that, I don't.
I even had
You
one of
could-
my boys, he from the hood, so he used to them well dones. I had to put that hand down. Trying to talk about you want this, that. Boy, if you don't.
Motherfucker grabs A1 sauce. Get the fucking hell
Yeah.
out of A1 sauce.
Back to my list. We're not gonna talk about steak for 40 minutes.
I'm mouth watering
The
already.
stakes is high. The stakes is high.
All right. Next. I want Puff, man. Puff Daddy and the fam. I want
Puff
the whole
and the Bad
Bad Boy
Boy family.
reunion on the fucking
They
stage.
want all the legendary groups.
I want all the legends.
The locks show up.
the Rockefeller.
Now,
Would they do a
Bad
hologram of
boys.
Biggie?
yeah, with the hologram of Biggie.
I'd watch it.
We get that signed off.
All right, what's the third one?
The third one. Now we're all Marvel fans, right? So we know what like an alternate universe in an ultimate.
Okay.
All right.
Where you going with this?
So just picture a stadium quiet, all the cell phone lights, and you just hear, "My mind's telling me no."
Yo, you really want to get canceled?
But think about it. Just think about it.
No,
when you think about
you
it.
really want to get canceled.
Alternate universe. He never did any of that shit. Just his music.
okay,
That's why I said alternate
we're
universe.
doing alternate
Just
universe-
Music. Just music only. How dope would that Super Bowl halftime be?
If he did nothing.
If he did nothing.
That's a big asterisk.
Hit
You know what I
I
mean?
said alternate universe.
I feel like all his music happened because he was doing that
Yeah.
shit.
But listen to the
blended
lyrics. Read
together.
back some of them
understand
lyrics.
that.
It's
We made
nasty
know
work.
the lyrics.
Yo,
This is nasty work.
I am not defending R. Kelly at any
Okay, there you
point.
go.
I am not. I'm just saying, in an alternate universe where this nigga was a real, actual human being, he made this beautiful music. It
Not
would be
about
a nice-
little girls.
Not
Music.
about little girls.
He wrote,
There's no
He wrote
dark
about
shadow.
a grown woman.
he wrote Aaliyah's album and named it
Right.
AJ Nothing But a Number.
Nasty work, boy.
And he married her at 16.
Hey, them parents need to be locked up,
We're
too.
getting off the point.
AJ Nothing But a Number.
He said
damn
that.
it, Robert. It'll be a good concert.
I don't know these niggas like that.
It'd be a good concert in an alternate universe when he was a good human being. I'm not defending R. Kelly. I'm gonna say that one more time. That is my list. Yes, he is, and I'm glad he's locked the fuck up. Josh,
Imagine performing Super Bowl.
but
I believe I can fly. Get
how
out of here,
magical
Robert.
would that be, nigga?
And the whole crowd going crazy.
Now, that
I believe.
happens-
Come on, bro.
Nowadays, in this normal,
Come on, nigga.
if that happened in this
okay.
universe, not a word.
No, he would.
Boo.
He disappointed the fuck out of us.
I don't know that.
Oh,
Turn off
I
the
know
light.
that. I don't know what you try. Well, you really gonna get crucified.
My bad. Go ahead.
I don't know that.
Okay. He still has fans.
Robert.
Yeah, you sounded like one of them on this.
No. I enjoy the music. I'm not gonna lie to you. But go on.
He disappointed us.
What's the
Yeah, he
opposite
did.
of a shout out? Opposite
no.
of shout out fucking R. Kelly.
Yeah.
whatever.
Fuck off.
Again, we're not defending him. We're
not defending Robert.
Alternate universe.
Hey man, like
Go
I've
ahead.
always said, if it was up to me, that nigga would be stuck in jail with a recording studio to make music to pay all them families.
Yes, and I would play it.
I'm honestly, that's
And
pretty good.
performances. A nice tour going to different jails.
Ain't a bad idea. Like I said,
Yo, and then he could.
all the money goes to the families. That's it.
Sounds good to me. Go
Right.
ahead, Josh.
Yeah,
Listen,
Super Bowl
welcome-
performances.
welcome,
Super Bowl
Robert.
performance.
Okay. What I think would actually happen,
We're in this universe.
this universe,
Okay.
one that's most likely going to happen if it soon, it's going to be Drake.
Oh shit!
Think about it.
He has the hits.
All the hits. He has the fans. And if that gets
You
announced,
think he's been asked?
Yeah, I think Hove definitely reached out before, but I think
yeah.
I think
I don't know if he
more
would say
so,
no.
he wants to do the Young Money. That's what he would want to do. A whole Young Money with him.
Oh, he can bring. He'll bring whatever.
Nicki.
Yeah, he'll bring the niggas.
I was about to say that.
He's gonna
That was
bring
gonna be my. It was gonna be Nicki, Lil Wayne.
That's why.
Yes,
I went, and that's
Drake.
why I went first.
and
Yeah,
that's
we know.
exactly what I think would happen.
But I won't say it this time. because-
Well, I just said it.
I don't think he's been asked. I don't think Drake
Right.
says no to Jay-Z if Jay-Z asks. If Jay's like, yo,
Nah, Drake's about timing. I'll tell you that much.
true.
That's the one thing I
Time's
give
not
him
right
credit
yet.
for. He
For the season a
calculates.
little bit. you know?
Yeah.
The next one I was going to say, Chris Brown.
Oh, Chris Brown.
Let's get a
That's
Chris
not gonna
Brown.
happen, but
Josh
That's
I would
another
love- I would
touchy
love
one.
that.
Like Robert. That's another touchy
But this one is way more
Not
passive.
like Robert, nigga.
It's touchy.
Chris Brown is
It-
not
it's
Robert.
touchy.
No, not to that level, but I'm saying it's touchy.
okay.
It is touchy, but this one is way more likely.
Yes.
Even if he was out of jail.
If he did like a Michael Jackson tribute again,
Oh my god.
That was amazing.
That was one of
That
the
was
most-
amazing. I'll give you that. That was amazing.
he cried.
He'd need the MJ hologram, all right, to get forgiven.
Them dance battles.
Oh, that'd be great.
Nah,
Bring
I'm gonna keep it real with
Genuine.
you. If you really want to make it hard, Chris Brown, Usher, and MJ hologram. Three-headed monster.
Niggas.
That's
Them
it.
two dancing over here, and all of a sudden he pops up out of
he
nowhere
pops
in the
up
middle.
Dun, dun.
Oh, that should be great.
Spotlight. Doom,
I'm
doom.
telling you, right?
Oh my god!
Hat down.
Oh, yeah,
We got it.
we got it. Go ahead. One more.
And my last one was going to be Usher.
Okay.
So great you brought him up. But
This is why I
Gonna
went
be
first.
Usher.
Usher would be such a good one because he's still
He would be a good one. Think they'll ever
His
ask him?
swords are sharp.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd ask him.
he can
They,
still.
they'd ask him.
I don't know if he'd headline. I think someone would bring him out.
I was watching
No. He's done the residency in Vegas and sold out. He can still
Bro,
headline.
I was watching
I
those
would
videos, and it is amazing.
He's still.
He's-
He's still there.
He's a performer, not the
Yeah.
little niggas.
He's
that
on
second mic.
point. He's on
He's a
point.
performer.
He still
He
tries.
mastered his craft for sure.
See, now y'all making me remix all my stuff, but I'm gonna do it.
Hey.
Because I keep adding on to y'all stuff.
Nigga, you
know
can say
what
what. Take it from me.
why I go
was gonna
first,
say
nigga.
Usher.
It's okay.
I
Who
was
you got in the
gonna
Super Bowl?
Nah, he gonna go first. I'll go last.
Okay.
I gotta
Hurry
go
up.
first.
Who you got?
say. Who's left?
That way I can get really creative.
Got it.
I'm gonna have to go with Jodeci.
Ooh.
Jodeci at the Super Bowl.
That's a
I don't know if that's gonna work.
I don't know if that's the mood for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I ain't
No,
gonna
we
lie.
changed
I'll enjoy it.
We're gonna change the mood up.
Change the
When that-
mood up.
all my life.
Drew Hill.
Drew Hill.
Is this together or is this your second?
This is my second.
Oh, so
Okay.
you just name it. All right.
He on
I see
R&B
your vibe.
vibe.
I see your vibe. I'm with it. I'm a big R&B head. Go ahead. That'll be my favorite Super Bowl.
112.
Ooh.
And a little surprise, Boys to Men.
See, the thing about
It's a
one,
90s R&B fucking concert.
basically,
That
And
sounds
everybody has
amazing.
their
to me.
little phones in the air, like,
the thing about 112, I feel like if there was a bad boy thing, that's when Uncle
Yeah,
would be
yeah,
on
yeah,
stage.
no, true.
Like I even saw them on the concert on the Bad Boy tour.
But
So
mind you,
I would love to
this is
run
what
that.
came to mind after you took mine.
I wanted that Young Money tour. I wanted that Young Money tour. You can have the Young Money
so
tour.
y'all made it creative for me, and I think I know where I could go with it.
There you
now.
go. Take us on a ride to
right.
Super Bowl land.
Super
So-
Bowl land.
I would want a good music Super
Good
Bowl,
music.
and I'm talking about we're talking Kanye,
John
Common, John Legend. We're talking Pusha T, Consequence. We're talking everybody.
You could put Most Def in there if
Most
you wanted
Def,
to.
all of that. That's what I'm saying. ASAP.
Give
Travis
Kanye-
Scott is coming in as
You
a
give
part
Kanye
of it.
the Super Bowl, he's gonna fly in on a spaceship or
Why,
some
why
shit.
not be Kanye? That's so crazy.
That's why I said I was like,
he's the best. Like
because he thought rock, but I'm saying good music. That's different. Tiana Taylor, you put all of them in there.
my goodness.
I don't think you could put Kanye in front of that big of an audience.
Oh yes, you can.
I would love it, but I'm
had
talking
audience
as
like that
these
before.
white.
Right, what are you
these
talking
white-
about? He's one of the biggest stadium
No.
selling artists.
He's gonna say some shit.
I'm just talking about four white people. White people will be afraid of that.
He's gonna use his
Nigga, I'm
platform.
quite-
They
nigga, I'm
love
big-
him as much as they listen. If they didn't love him, he wouldn't be selling them shoes and them clothes the way he sell them. Still, they be capping like, "Oh no, we tired of him." But anything Kanye does, they hop right on there. You
Because
what I
they
mean?
know
Shout out,
that'll
yeah.
get all the eyes.
I would want to do a good music tour, and I would want him to perform the songs from the tapes.
Okay.
So the good Friday tapes, those would be the ones that would be performed. So songs people have never heard live
Oh,
before.
2 Chainz up
all
there,
right?
too.
When you heard automobiles to the floor right now, and he stopped, that shit would go crazy.
All I
So
see is a light and Kanye in the middle. Just
Oh my god,
Bro,
that's so
going
be-
crazy.
so
that
beautiful.
would go crazy.
Imagine hitting
All
that
right?
first note for.
Oh my god.
So the next one I would want to do would be Wu-Tang. With Nas.
they gonna let Wu-Tang on the
And
stage.
like I want like a New York State of Mind Super Bowl.
okay.
All right,
That'd
so
be dope.
like Super Bowls in New York, I'm talking about. You
Have
got
some
Wu-Tang
Nightlife.
coming out, right? You got Redman as a guest. You got Nas coming out doing his stuff. You got
Fat Joe. Fat
no,
Joe.
we ain't doing that.
Not Fat Joe.
I like Fat Joe.
He ain't in that type of that
No, but okay,
corner.
he's-
He ain't gritty
Got
enough.
too, you got too excited.
And,
Got too excited.
you got too excited.
Where we going?
And on top of that, I want a DMX hologram because ain't nobody seen X as a hologram yet
should be
before.
crazy.
So that would look hard as hell. You do that, New York State of Mind shit, lock it down, the grittiest New York music you've ever
Got
heard.
Funk Flex dropping bombs in the
Oh,
background.
Listen,
Imagine,
Summer Jam style.
Yeah.
All right, that's what it would look
imagine you
like.
just get quiet as fuck out here is Shaolin shadowboxing
Yeah, bro.
and the Wu-Tang sword style.
Ninjas flying over the back, bro. What the fuck is going on?
You get swords.
Like what? What the hell?
What the fuck's going on here? Niggas are flying around.
I would love it.
ODB as a hologram would be cool too.
Oh yeah, I bring ODB back.
And then my third one. At first I added on to y'all and I said Young Money, I'm going Cash Money.
Ooh.
Cash Money.
I was gonna
I'm
say
talking
Hot
Juvenile, Hot Boys.
Hot
You know what I
Boys.
mean?
Big timers.
Get Turk out here.
You know, Like everybody,
That's
bro.
a good-ass Super Bowls,
Manny
nigga.
Fresh popping up.
Manny Fresh.
Yo, niggas don't give
Timberland?
Manny.
Just
They might
imagine
give Manny
Timberland.
Fresh credit like that.
Of
Yo,
course. That's what I'm
Manny
saying.
Fresh
Fresh.
was the producer for an entire fucking label, nigga.
Right.
Bro, I just listened to all of their
Recorded beats, mastered
Go
all those
DJ.
albums, and
That's my
niggas.
DJ.
She's up there with Timberland. He's up
Go
there with fucking
DJ.
Swiss. He's up there.
That's my
Those
DJ.
beats are crazy.
Yeah.
I like that style of beats too.
Of course, because it was so unique. So I'd want to do that and have it blend into a Young Money also. So it's like the history of Cash Money from start to finish.
Birdman
You
just
start
that
off-
nigga out there.
Birdman at the
Why
start.
isn't the
a
BET
wallety,
Awards on
wallety,
this
wa-
shit?
Listen, man.
Gotcha.
It may be called the BET
know why?
Awards,
It's
but
'cause
we've seen what them shows
they're
starting
always
to look
locked
like.
up.
Yeah.
The alternative option I had for third, which would be for like a newer crowd, is a QC the label tour.
Okay.
So I'm talking Migos, Lil Baby, Young Thug, Gunner, all of them, all the big
Baby is
artists that
headlining
came-
right now at the
World Cup.
World Cup.
Yeah, so that's good for him getting that bag. But I'm saying do that
He about
whole,
to drop. His album about to drop.
yeah, that whole label. If they did something, I think that could go really big with the current crowd. And I think on top of that, like, of course, they do the whole Atlanta guest, you know, because that's where it's from. So you'd see 21 Savage pop up. You'd see all the other dudes pop up. I mean, even shit, throw Jeezy in there too, man. Like,
Okay. Bonus question: who do you think Rihanna's bringing out?
You bringing out ASAP?
ASAP.
I mean, I think that's obvious.
yeah, that's,
Is it?
I feel
I don't
like
think
that's
so.
mandatory.
Is it?
I don't think so.
I
Oh,
think
yeah, it's
so.
obvious
I
at all.
think so.
That's-
How many songs are they together?
It's
None.
not about the songs.
I
know, but
they
like-
do have songs together, but it's not.
think he'll
She's
be
gonna
there
get-
watching.
Fashion Killer. He's definitely.
She's
coming
gonna
out
give
for
him
that.
one track to do.
Yeah, he's doing Fashion Killer. I can
feel like
guarantee you that.
It only works like smoothly if it's a transition. Like
I don't
think she
think.
could
I
do
don't
it.
think he gets a song.
I'm telling you, he's gonna
Not in
get
the
Fashion Killer. We can put this on now.
Not in the Super Bowl.
if he gets
Remember I
songs,
said
well,
this,
I don't be
Melvin.
happy. So
Fighting that case
Fashion
right
Killer.
now.
It's recorded, man.
yeah, no, it's on there because I would love it. if
He's
that-
fighting
that's
that
true.
case right now. I don't know. I
He's
don't,
still. He was at a Rolling Loud this weekend.
yeah, that's Rolling Loud.
Not the Super Bowl.
That's the same.
not the
ask
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl next.
I don't even
And
know,
he's not
like-
the starter, so of course
I
he can
don't.
pop
I
in
don't
and do
think
that.
Hov would ever come out as a guest.
I think he
if-
would.
That'd be iconic.
He's the one planning it, anyways. People forget, right? The NFL paid Jay-Z to be their entertainment head.
Oh, we remember.
So that's why it's happening. She's still on rock. He probably got that paperwork done. Asked her for the favor. Said he'll probably
It'll
pop
be
in.
epic. Run this town.
Yep. If they get Kanye to come for that too.
It will come out.
Alicia Keys would definitely come out.
All the lights.
Rihanna? For what?
All the lights would be crazy.
Oh, wait, no, wasn't this time?
Is it-
Oh yeah, I'm talking about.
I was
I'm talking
saying,
about New
Alicia
York.
Keys.
Talking about you, New York.
I got confused. I was like, Alicia Keys.
Come Street
yeah.
Jungle.
Hey, brother.
These are made of.
Yeah, she can come out if she wants.
Right, I guess she can play the piano or something.
That's it. Real quick.
All right, we have reached my favorite part of the show, the DJ Bofka set of questions.
DJ Bofka.
Rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace.
The real
DJ
one.
Bofka.
Bofka.
The DJ Bofka set of questions is a game we play where you give you two choices, A or B. You pick one or the other.
Red pill or blue pill. Don't pick no orange. Don't pick no purple. It's red pill or
Pretty
blue
simple.
pill.
Blue pill.
All right.
First question.
Pick one. That's the one.
First question is always the same. Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan, that shit ain't even hard. Jordan came in averaging 28 points per game. You know what I'm saying? Like, did what he had to do, took a break in between, still did what he had to do. Like, had three-peats,
That's just
stuff
bonus.
like that.
Just bonus to the question. We know the answer. We
Right?
have to hear
Like,
it.
come on, man.
Appreciate it.
People need to be real with themselves.
Right.
So I think the tally, I think it was like 28, 29 to like 6 people who chosen LeBron on the show. Mostly the younger generation, but there's a couple. Your boy, Fritzy.
Yeah, him and Lanier, they
No,
probably...
Lanier was Jordan.
Okay, I'm surprised.
Tone was.
Antonio
LeBron.
was fucking motherfucker.
That doesn't surprise me either, though.
I don't even
Yeah, that don't
at all.
surprise me with his style of game.
Yeah,
It makes sense.
That's what I
It
said.
makes sense.
His style of game.
but we still gonna, pastelitos or Jamaican beef patties.
Jamaican beef patties. Yeah, the cocoa bread, all of that. It's different levels to it, man. Keep it real with you.
I just ate
I
potato
put a
before I
food
got
question
here.
too early now. And as soon as I said a
But
food
yeah.
question, everybody's stomach just
Hey, brothers need to get fed, all right?
right.
Sponsors coming.
We're coming. It's
Yeah.
gonna be catered.
Shout out Hungers.
Soon. Shout out Hunger.
Instead of hunger.
All right. 2 former Laker players. Actually, 1 current. Paul Gasol
Oh.
or Anthony Davis?
How? Easily.
Really?
Yeah. I'm
Is
sorry.
it just because he stays because fucking Anthony
Llama?
Davis can't stay in on the court?
Yeah, I mean that's
Llama?
his, and I liked Anthony Davis
Llama.
like as a player, and that's why I was happy we got him. Right, like even that year, like I had
Paid
bet
off,
people
man.
when he was on the Pelicans, and I told them they were going to sweep the Blazers, and people thought I was crazy for saying that. Swept them. I mean, and all he had was Drew Holiday. So a healthy Anthony Davis is one of the best players you'll ever see as far as young talent, especially when it comes to the 4-5 position, right? But the problem is, when's the last time we've really seen a healthy Anthony Davis? Compared to Pau Gasol, who came in, the Lakers did what they did to get him in for Kobe, and he produced.
Crazy. I feel like I remember him getting hurt a lot, but playing through everything. Like I feel like Pow, yeah. Or
Yeah.
like a fucked up hand or something. Like
when he
nose
was
neck.
before he went to LA and Memphis, he had some like injury seasons.
But
There's a lot of
I
niggas.
feel like he would play through a lot.
That's the thing between right now you
Playing with
see
Kobe,
like
nigga, you better.
players that hey I want to rest so I'm taking games off, and I think that shit is bogus because like at the end of the day you a bozo for that. Like this is your job first and foremost as a professional. Two, you got people paying money for these tickets to come to these games. Some of them it's their life savings. Some of them it's a kid's birthday. It's the only time they're gonna ever come to this stadium to come and see you play, and you just decide and you don't even say it till the evening of. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna rest today because it's a back-to-back. So I want to take some time off. I think that's unprofessional as a league. I think that is some
Jordan
real
played
bozo
all
move.
82.
Like-
all 82. Okay.
Like it's not right. And if players aren't conditioning themselves to be able to play the whole season, then that needs to be addressed. Because at the end of the day,
During
this
the
is your
season.
job, right? So stop playing in G League, stop playing in Drew League, stop playing, going out in the summer and doing these other leagues and stuff like that, and saying you're doing it for the community. When in the reality is your real job. When it comes to it, you're not showing up.
Real quick before you to the next question. Do you think the new little tournament between in the middle of the season, if that's going to hurt everybody? Because are they
don't
even
know
going
what
to
to
play
think about
tough because it's a tournament? Or are they going to just fucking do nothing, basically, and it would be pointless?
I mean, it's the same like idea as like when they made the play-in, right? Like we doubt that it's going to be competitive, but in reality, I think it'll be there because some teams really want to make it into the playoffs. And I mean, it's not to the point anymore, like where it's not the same teams we're seeing at the top every year again. Some teams are grinding it out now because they're like, hey, if you even give me the chance, like I watched the play-ins last year and I said, watch the Pelicans get through this stuff, right? Everybody said, oh, Clippers is going to hold them. I said, I'm going to tell you this much. Like I told y'all earlier, as much talent I've seen on the Clippers, I ain't never believed them to be long-lasting tough. So I said, hey, you got Brandon Ingram on that team who a dog. They just got
Team is
CJ.
nice.
You know what I mean?
That team is
and it's like,
Zion
nah,
look
Zion,
good.
Zion now?
Right,
Zion's
cut up,
about
man.
like if we're doing fantasy basketball, he's my first pick.
All right.
Absolutely.
Moving on. We gotta get to these questions. Little Wayne or Little Baby?
Little Wayne easily. Don't even. That's not even the same atmosphere.
Yeah, right.
F is for
Some
phenomenal.
questions that I asked where you better pick the right answer. That was
Crazy.
one of those questions. I've been surprised here before.
Who picked that? Anybody asked so far?
I don't know if I asked it just like that, but those type of questions. I try to do different questions every week. New Orleans, this is a travel site. New Orleans or Houston?
Travel.
Get real with you. I had my birthday in New Orleans this year, so that tells you how it lit. Even though I fuck with Houston heavy because the day parties out there is lit. The women is, I got treated like a king down there. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. But at the end of the day, New Orleans, I'm gonna give New Orleans the credit just because one, I'm part Haitian. We built New Orleans. I go down there. The love is always bomb. People are mad friendly. The food, bro. I gained 15 pounds that week. I was down there for my birthday. Like no joke.
I'm
I
going
came
to
back
New Orleans.
like I was like borderline obese the way I went.
not exaggerated. I gained 15
seafood
pounds.
boils. I had
Zion, we understand.
you
Absolutely.
get gator. You get all types of different foods down there that you're not.
Gator.
Houston. I mean, they got barbecue, but it's not.
You had gator before?
Oh my god, so
What
delicious.
would you describe it to?
It's
Don't say
like,
chicken.
but that's what people say. But it's not like chicken like you think. Like
boneless spare rib.
yeah, it's not like that. Yeah, no, because it's not technically. It doesn't taste like red meat, but it's like refined. So I'd say it's more kind of like if you could think of like maybe like almost like lamb, but like the texture of chicken. So it was just.
I like
But
that.
it was bomb, man.
Not for food. I'm gonna-
I'll have that.
You know what actually does taste like chicken? Frog legs.
Frog legs.
I heard that too.
Tastes exactly like chicken. You'd be like, yo, this is crazy.
Same motherfucking muscles in there.
Legit, it's the same thing.
It's just like, I feel like Frog would be slimy as fuck.
But yeah, shout out to Nola. Know what I mean,
Definitely got to make a visit.
Yeah, I might have to definitely visit.
I know I'm always down to go again.
Two shows from the 50 Cent's universe: Raising Kanan or Powerbook Ghost with Little Tariq.
Raising Canaan. I love the '90s, bro.
Yeah, that's
I
just
love
great.
the 90s.
That's my
bro. I
favorite
mean, that's what
because
we
of
came
that.
from. For
I'm
real.
because of
Also
that.
watching the fashion, and I'm gonna give it. Joey Badass is doing his thing
he's
as you know.
killing it, man.
Like,
Shout out
I
to him.
like a good
feel
bad
like-
guy that keeps things
I
interesting.
feel like I can do that.
Yeah.
Like if I was to take a role, I feel like it would be a Joey Badass.
Exactly. That's like the role I would want on that show if I was so
Crazy.
him
I
playing
haven't
unique.
watched it yet.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
missing
that's
out.
not-
After the original Power, I haven't
Yeah,
watched
you depriving yourself, brother.
Yeah,
But,
it. I literally,
Some good
Yeah,
shows.
yeah,
I
man.
got top stars at all.
yeah, I
gotta
just
come
put
back.
somebody else on it recently, and
It's
they
some
loving
good
it. But yeah,
shows.
I was
it's
about
a
to buy
great
me
show.
a-
Even the one with Tommy's not bad, man.
Yeah, I like that one too.
I like that shit.
But yeah, I mean, hey, 50's one of my favorite people in
What do
general.
you think he's gonna
in the
do?
game.
Because the Stars contract is up. Is like Power gonna be off Stars? Because I don't think he owns fucking Stars. I'm pretty sure he don't own that shit.
He doesn't own
own
stars,
Stars.
but he.
I mean,
owns-
I'm the Power. I don't think he owns.
No, he does. He has a lot of creative authority on it. So at the end of the day, it's.
I mean, he's just his business.
I
Yeah.
just don't think. I don't know if he has the power to take it from Stars and bring it somewhere else.
I mean,
Did it with other shows.
yeah, they're gonna have to pay him though. Is what it's gonna come down to.
EMF, same thing, right?
Yeah.
EMF is
Beam
fire
Up is
too.
another great show.
Yeah, and he's coming out with the hip hop
Yeah,
murder
so I think I
show.
saw the-
so that's gonna look
that
great.
was
So that's
dope.
what I'm saying.
Murder
He's already
show.
doing moves
All the-
outside
all
of
the
stars.
hip hop
That boy 50.
Artists that
I
got
told
killed.
people
and-
from the start, bro. 50 is one of my favorite moguls and inspirations, just for the fact that like he's somebody that's managed to go from different avenue one after another and remained himself.
Yeah.
He never changed. Like the same 50 today would punch you in your face. He'll clown you on Instagram.
I just seen a video of
He'll
him
still
in-
start beef. He'll
In
still
the 80s, fighting someone in the hood.
Yeah, like he's
I was
been
like,
who
yes.
he is. A lot of people think like
boy
you got to
can fight.
change yourself
Curtis.
to fit in these avenues, but it's like no, you just have to figure out what's value of yourself that you're bringing to these platforms. And I mean, like think about it. Even in the start of G Unit, he had books, video games, fashion. You know,
Facts.
like
Movie.
now he got the alcohol, he got the movies, he got the shows, all of that. Like at the end of the day, you know, he's doing the tycoon weekends. I'm gonna hit one of those up, bro. That's
Doing
that look crazy.
the fighting too.
yeah. Now
MMA.
he's doing that. Like he's one of somebody that he's still the same guy though.
That's still Curtis.
Yep. Boo boo.
Still Boo Boo.
All right, Nia Long. Okay. Gabrielle Union.
I'm gonna go with Nia Long. Listen, Gabrielle Union, I seen what she's done to D Wade. If that's what you need to go through to be forgiven for having an outside baby, I'd rather not.
I don't even know what to respond to that.
That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Nia Long.
Nia
Nia
Long.
Long.
She could get it long time.
Long time.
With the long stroke, all right?
And you know
Straight up.
she's still in Boston,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I said. She
still
moved
in-
out here 2 weeks ago. I tell
still
you,
local.
Ime, if I'm down in these streets and I catch her, you know what I mean, some of the places I go, I have a feeling she might be willing to go out for a little dinner or something.
Right.
I tell you, I'm shooting my shot.
Shoot.
Gotta.
You catch Nia Long in the restaurant. You shoot.
I got nothing to lose, man.
You
I'm telling
shoot,
straight up. I'm going straight to the bartender. Yo, make her a drink, send it right over there. And I mean, courtesy of me, let her know this time the
me.
third.
Like some, guy named Jude sent this. He looks
Let him know it was me.
You just said, look at her.
Just let-
Hey, Nia.
Your eggs. Just let.
It might be your
it
lucky
might
day,
work.
man. It
A
might.
shoulder to cry on. Turn
She
to
might
her.
be sitting there, Jones. I swear to God, the next nigga who hits me up, and here comes Jude's drink.
Nah.
He'll do. There you go. Now you got a story for the rest of your motherfucking life. Or you might even have a girl for the rest of your life. Who knows?
Oh,
The show Martin
my
or the Jamie Foxx show?
Here I go, here I go.
I'm gonna go with
I
Martin.
am.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Martin.
So,
Put mine too.
As talented as Jamie Foxx is, and that's what like made me hesitate. At the end of the day, Martin was like a culture clash because he was doing the skits the way he was doing them, the characters he created too
Yeah.
on that show. You got to give it to
Jamie
him.
Foxx.
Like he introduced you to everybody else. The other characters were entertaining too. So as a show,
I understand why everybody would say Martin. Me, I just laughed a little more with Jamie, bro. It was just like Martin was cool. Martin was Martin. You know what I mean? And of all the
I loved
reasons
all
you
those
named.
shows. I can't even like.
But Jamie
Yeah.
Foxx show, and yo,
Love Jamie Foxx.
Oh my God, Fancy. I still love Fancy, man.
It ain't no love
She was
lost.
in a
It's
movie.
just if you had to pick one of the
Yeah,
other.
of course.
I
Splitting hairs,
100%
obviously. We're watching both, man. You know.
The Wayne brothers.
Wayne Brothers.
Yo, Wayne Brothers show does not get enough love,
That's a hell of
man.
a family, man. That's
Yo.
all I gotta say.
Oh, Lord.
It's on
Between
Netflix now.
Keenan and all the other boys,
Is your whole family funny?
Hilarious.
Damon Wayans is like to
A
me
family
the funniest
that
one,
big?
and he's
My
so
Wife and Kids is
underrated.
one of my favorite shows ever.
People
bro.
forget like Major Payne, all
Even-
the
Oh
other
my
stuff. he
God.
did.
Yeah.
Even his son,
Yeah.
Damon Jr. is hilarious.
Yeah.
You're a funny ass nigga. You're for real.
Whole family
Harlan.
got a sense of humor.
That go.
Good family. I like that. Shout out Wayne's Brothers. And
Shout out
family.
the
Yep.
Wayans brothers.
Giving them their flowers.
Absolutely.
You guys can come on the show whenever you want. All 17 of y'all.
About
Like 2 at a
37.
time though, because I don't know if you got the space.
Marlon and Sean, and then we'll have like Keenan and Damon.
Yep.
You go Marlon and Sean first.
Yeah.
This is the most not popular,
Most
but
prominent one.
most like
I would say the most popular.
they're better duo.
Of course. Well, they were together most of the time.
Yeah,
right,
that's
but
what it was.
So you said 2 at a time. I thought of them
Yeah.
too.
Okay, that makes
All
sense.
right, yeah. All right.
It's fair.
All right. Pac or Biggie?
Pac.
How you will say Biggie?
I'm keeping it real with you. When the whole hip hop shit happened during that era growing up, I was big Pac all the way. It was F.
I feel
F
it.
the
I was
other
the-
side, all of that. Like,
feel
Pac
like-
to me was just like.
I don't think we had a choice. I felt like we grew up and it was like, you're a nigga, you're on the East Coast. You like Biggie.
Yeah, see,
I
that
was
was the
like,
thing
all
for
right.
me. It wasn't
I
like
remember
that.
being
I
in the
wasn't on
second
the East
grade
Coast, so it was
arguing with little kids as well. I was little too.
I hope so.
Arguing with little.
So
Last year in second grade, I was
Everybody
arguing
I
with
went back
kids.
to my kindergarten and was arguing with little kids about Pac.
Yeah, Pac.
No, but everybody was saying Biggie. I was always the Tupac one.
Yeah,
Like, I was
because
always
Tupac
Biggie.
was bigger than just like hip hop.
Yeah,
People
yeah,
forget,
yeah.
like he was doing movies. He had a whole persona. You know what I'm saying? He was with people in Hollywood. He was doing a bunch of other stuff. And like on top of that, like between like the Dre connection, like the West Coast just always seemed more lit to me too than like the NY vibes, because it was like, you know, you see these
Grimy
dudes
shit.
riding down in Hollywood, but they still hood.
In my thing, I feel like the West Coast is always louder and like
Yeah.
but the East Coast is just smooth. You know, there's more of
I thought
a
the opposite.
I thought New York was more gritty,
Yeah.
and the
Absolutely.
West Coast was more like
Smooth and relaxed.
Yeah, I thought New York was a
vibes.
lot of grimy, because even back then you had like Wu-Tang and stuff like that. It was a lot of
the
grimy.
production in New
Yeah.
York is grimier.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then we got Dr. Dre with them like nice fucking.
Yeah, and you had
Sun-
like that was
sun's
the
up,
thing. Dre
you know?
on the production made a big key to what you was vibing with back then, because it was like, yo, you hear him song California Love. I was like,
Yo, but a lot of West Coast music is like good vibes.
yeah, that's what it was.
Even
too.
still to this day,
And
like
Pac had just more like, look, I'm keeping it real with you, and this might make people feel some way. Pac had just more relatable music when it came to just like living life, right? Like, I don't want to hear Biggie talking about sucking dick.
Who you gonna bring
know?
that shit
I don't
up?
want to hear
Excuse
him
me?
talking-
One line.
No. I
Excuse
don't want to
me.
hear him talking about his homie rapes kids. Like shit, like that was crazy.
Wait, what do you mean sucking dick? That was,
He has a rap.
that was a quote from Richard Pryor.
No, and then the second time he said he'd rather fuck a nigga than fuck the chicks from Total. That was a quote too.
I remember that one.
Yeah, he a wild boy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I remember that one.
He
I
said
don't-
a lot
I don't
of
need
suspect
receipts.
He did say
shit
some
that
wild
to me
shit.
was just like,
He
yo,
did some wild shit.
you know,
Tupac was that
violating
nigga, though.
kids, going, you know, doing things that you're claiming you're not that life, but this is what you would do. Like, it just looked crazy to me compared to Pac, where, you know, Pac was making songs, Dear Mama. Like, come on, man.
Keep your head up. I
Like,
remember when I watched that
changes.
video as a child, it was just
That's
like,
what it was. Pac just made more things that made life seem more inspirational for me.
I get that.
And he was multifaceted, because he could go from being a street dude to talking to you about like appreciating and enjoying life and loving women,
Yeah,
while
he
still at the same time saying, you wonder why
contradicting
they
it.
call you bitch. Like, I was like,
I
hey.
love that he contradicted himself like all humans do.
Yeah, because people are complex, and he never really acted like he was just one way. And I think that made me appeal to him more, because I'm a multifaceted person myself. Know what I mean, that's why I tell people, I'm like, yo, if you meet two people and they tell you about me, they're both probably telling the truth. Because one person could be like, yo, he's the
exactly.
sweetest and nicest guy I've ever
right.
met, and that's true. And somebody else could be like, yo, this nigga was an asshole. Like,
Right.
he punched somebody in the face. He was rude. And I'm like, yeah, that happened.
face.
They'd be like,
That
"Wait, what?"
was me
I'm like,
too.
yeah, that was me too.
Some
It's
people-
just how you treat me and how you act towards me going to determine what version of me you're going to get.
Say
You
it
know
all
what I
the
mean?
time. I give the same energy you give me. All right.
yeah, facts. Hit him up.
Hit him up. That's the most disrespectful song of all time.
And on top of that, know what I mean? First off, fuck your bitch in the click you claim. West side when we ride, come.
That might be the I don't think there's a
You
song that
claim
starts
to be
harder
a
than that.
player, but I fucked your wife. I said, hey,
God damn.
hey.
That nigga didn't live longer after that song. I'll tell you that.
But it wasn't because of Biggie. I'll tell you that much.
So, man, how it was.
That shit had nothing to do with Biggie.
Yeah.
It was Suge Knight.
Like,
We're not gonna
crazy.
go down fucking
It was
Tupac
Suge
and
Knight.
Biggie's conspiracies right now. Eggnog or coquito. That's what the fuck we talking about.
We're going cremas, but I mean, I'll give Coquito the blessing in that one.
I'm not.
It's the Haitian
version. That's what I thought it was.
I figured. I didn't want to assume.
Honestly, I want to try it.
I have a video of me trying eggnog.
I will make a batch. Y'all will get to try it.
Boom.
Me on that.
We'll trade. I got Coquito. We'll trade.
Yeah, I do it between like November and Christmas. I get it going till New Year's actually. So same thing. You know what I mean, so I'll definitely bless y'all with something. I'll come back.
Appreciate it. Jim Carrey or Will Ferrell?
Jim Carrey. Wasn't even close for me.
Not close?
Nah, Jim. Come on, man. Think about all the characters and the longevity of Jim Carrey, right?
Just the mask
Like,
itself.
He grew up on Jim.
Even recently, the movies he's done, Kick Ass, like the characters he's played in that, like, you know, going back to all the way to like
Kick-Ass?
Liar, Liar. Yeah, see? He's done.
Me, Myself, and Irene.
Even making it more recently, Sonic, right?
I love
He's
both
killing that. He's killing that.
Like,
And
good
you go all the way back to like Liar, Liar, or the shows he was doing. Jim Carrey has a longevity that, I'm sorry, there's not
Living
a lot
Color.
of comedians you're going to put next to
Living
him
Color.
where I'm going to look at them and be like, oh, they could pass at what? Dumb and Dumber, you know what I mean? All the between
100%.
the movies, the shows, and the characters.
Ace
he
Ventura.
played. Yeah, Ace Ventura. You know, freaking the movie where
Came
he
out of
played,
Rhino's ass.
God, like all of that stuff. Bruce
That might be one of
Almighty,
the.
yeah.
That might be one of the funniest
Bruce
scenes of all
Almighty.
time.
Yeah, Jim Carrey is up there as one of the funniest
When it
human
was the
beings
White
that's ever
Devil.
existed.
Shit was hilarious.
That's such a good movie.
You know, he's done it all. So it's like, it's really hard to throw somebody else out there and say, oh, compared to Jim Carrey. Like, maybe if you had said, like, Eddie Murphy and Jim Carrey, that one would be hard.
I bet.
Really?
So
Damn,
I guess we
good.
have to announce it now, yo.
Coolio just died? Yo, rest in peace, man. And I'll tell you this much. He's a legend just because he made that song and he ain't even swearing it. And people don't realize that. Yeah, there is no swears in Gangsta Paradise.
Also, Keenan
So it's
Kel.
one of the hardest songs you'll ever hear.
The Keenan and Kel theme song.
Yeah,
It's,
he did that
it's
too.
greatest song
The
of all
greatest.
time.
I love it.
Yeah.
Greatest theme song of all time.
So
Yeah, he
Gangsta's
died.
Paradise, one of the hardest, like most heartfelt songs. He ain't even swearing it. The whole
Got that
time you're
59.
singing it, you're like, wow.
Shout out to him.
yeah, shout out
Thank you,
Coolio.
Ari, for the breaking news there.
I mean, we had to do what we
shout
had
out
to do.
to Coolio.
I just said it out loud.
Yeah.
All right, it's hard to transition from
Oh, Coolio.
Julio dying to the next
Yeah,
question.
man.
But my best. Basement party or club night?
Basement party all day. Yeah, I'm a Lawrence nigga, so y'all got to understand. 978 dance hall
Hey,
days.
we 978 too, baby.
You know what I mean? Like, we
I feel
grew
like
up-
Lawrence
Yeah,
and Salem always
baby.
had that connection. Like,
Yeah, facts. There's a lot of
Like,
Dominicans out there too.
we was we was out
That's
there.
what it is.
All we was basement parties. I mean, I went to a club we went to Vivid. Shout out to that. Like you could go as a 14, 16-year-old over there to a club. That was crazy. But we still had our house parties regardless. And that was the thing. Like,
I don't think
bruh,
there's going to be a generation of people who would never.
people don't understand the life.
Bro, they
basement
don't
party.
get it.
And like, and it was everybody was in there dancing, right?
And when
It's not like
the
today.
crazy thing, niggas didn't even. I didn't even drink back then.
Sweating.
I wouldn't even drink.
Sweating.
I would go there just to fucking dance. Find my spot on the wall.
Drenched.
Y'all seen the ASAP meme where he leaning back? Y'all remember you had that one girl giving you the wine, your homies holding your back.
Yeah. Oh,
You know what I mean?
God.
Yeah. You know there was
Niggas
the one.
rubbing your head, niggas
Oh yeah,
shit,
they're
yeah.
like, yeah, go ahead, get that. Like those days, people don't understand.
Fucking
If
great
you wasn't
times.
outside back then, trust me,
Oh man.
life was different.
Absolutely.
It'll never be the same. So if you've ever experienced the peak prime of like the dance hall era, the house parties and all that stuff, you understand why. Because nowadays clubs is just people trying to stunt on people that
That's why.
are
Like,
their peers, and it's
I don't
just
like
whack.
clubs. I don't like.
Yeah, you're
That's why
paying
it's mad
overrated
funny 'cause-
money for alcohol that's
never
not
liked
even
the
that
VIP.
good. Service that's not even that good.
But that's why me and Bofka wanted to get into it because we were sick of the hookah shit. We're like, nah, nigga, we want to get people back to dancing. That's why we played mostly Dance Hall Brothers and all the other places we were because we were like, yo, I'm trying to dance, nigga.
Oh, God.
Like, yo, I'm trying to dance with somebody, nigga. Trying to dance with somebody's daughter, nigga. Like, I'm gonna dance with somebody's daughter if she's all the way over there behind the rope and I can't even go over there without looking like a clown in front of
Right.
everybody, nigga. Like, I'm trying to pull a girl, yo.
It's
How
an
many girls?
overrated experience, the club stuff, man. It's like, it's cool to do
is.
once you turn 21 or whatever to get it out the way. But like, I'm at the point in my life, like, I don't go to
want that
clubs
shit.
unless I'm like out of town or it's an event. Like, unless somebody's like, yo,
for
it's my
sure.
birthday, you need to pull up. Cool. Like, you know, I'll go to clubs like out of town, like down south or stuff like that. Cause part of that is a little different vibe than how people do it up here. And like, that's cool. But other than that, most of the time, like, that's not on my radar. Like, even now, like, I'll go out. I'd rather go to a lounge or a bar with a dance floor than to go to a club.
Right.
All right, shout outs.
Shout outs.
Shout out Vibe.
Out Nerd Gods.
Shout out Hongers.
Shout out Hunger.
You yell out any shout out you have.
I mean, I want to shout out to y'all, man, having me on this show.
appreciate
Straight
it.
up,
Thank
like
you.
806. Y'all know I fuck with each of y'all individually and together. So it's always cool to like be in a setting where I know like the type of dudes that I'm fucking with, and we can talk shit that like we care about, right? Sports and like current events and stuff like that. I've been digging what y'all have been doing. I've been supporting. So it's, you know, when you gave me the call and was like, "Hey, you trying to be on here?" I was like, "It's great because we got great topics. We got a bunch of things we're trying to do."
It worked out perfectly. It really did work out.
Shout out Jude.
Shout out Jude.
Jude, man. Shout out Kickball.
Shout out. Oh,
Hey, shout
out to the W. I didn't want to bring it up. I was gonna be nice and not bring it up. But Jude and Josh took an L to the first of all, you went against the family. That's
Melvin,
what you fucked
please
up first.
don't talk. How many strikes did I have on you? Don't talk. Don't talk.
Rasengan.
Yeah, thank you. That Rasengan was cooking your ass, boy. Please don't talk. Listen.
Did we win? We won.
Why you mean we? Stop taking credit for what other people did. You got
I'm on
cooked.
the team.
You got. They would have lost if it was based on you. I tell you that. The young boys played better than you. The kids.
Y'all seen that Gold Glove performance?
I'm about to say, your team was struggling in the field out in the field.
We were number 2 on top of that.
Oh my God.
We had to pick up space.
I know y'all seen that triple play I pulled.
I batted in every run we got. And I got that great catch in the back.
Too. I had a couple RBIs and assists. Y'all be hating, nigga. Fuck all y'all. We gotta do that again. We gotta do that again. I was trying to end the episode all positive
I
shit.
was
Y'all
drunk in the
got
outfield having fun.
Honestly, the real shout out I want to give is shout out to Salem.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, hell yeah.
And the niggas from Salem. Because, like, as a Lawrence nigga, and the fact that I made this my home, and I get so much love out here from y'all and everybody else that I've linked up with and shit like that. Like, this is a dope-ass city, and I fuck with the real niggas that's from here, and people need to know that.
And the real niggas fuck with you, so thank y'all for thank you for coming through.
Shout out Jesus.
Shout out Jesus.
Shout out Jesus.
Oh,
REG,
baby
the co-host. Sage is the co-host. We'll catch y'all next week. Holla at your boy. Spears.
Yes, sir.
Early. 806 The Show is a proud member of the Vibe Entertainment family, so make sure you follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, as well as Facebook and the Gram. Leave us some comments. Hit us with some likes. Show us some love. You already know. It's 806 The Show.